Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome. I invite you to relax and receive, if you would like to, these beautiful words of affirmation and upliftment that are intended to support you in your own life journey. And you can, if you would like, just allow the words to wash over you, the energy infused in the words to just kind of wash over you. And as you do that and welcome the statements that resonate with you, of course you can discard any that don't, as you just embrace them and welcome them into your space, they may flourish into something beautiful in your own life. The intention of these are to simply support you in becoming and experiencing all that you want to be, that you're meant to be, that you're destined to be, and that there just might be, as is the case for all of us, some conscious or unconscious little blocks or limiting beliefs or weeds. I mean, I like the analogy of the weeds in a garden that kind of, take away from the thrivingness of a beautiful, healthy garden. And so one way we can think about our minds, both the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, is that it's like a garden. It's a garden, and we have the soil that has been there throughout our lives, and other people have been planting seeds in our garden since we were little. And some of those seeds are supportive and loving and beautiful and kind. And other seeds that have been planted by others outside of us have planted seeds within our own inner garden that may not be so kind or so loving or true at all. There may be some seeds that have been planted in our inner garden that are simply not true, and that they have become weeds in our own inner garden, getting in the way of our own flourishing in life. And so as the gardeners of our own garden, we get to decide what stays and what goes. And so part of this is becoming consciously aware of what are the weeds, what are like the rotten seeds that have been living in my garden, right? Whether it's conscious or unconscious, what are those inner seeds? Can I get conscious of them and pluck them out so that my garden, my life, myself can thrive to the highest potential for me, and all that I'm destined to be and want to experience in this life? Can I do that? And the answer is, of course, we can do that. And one way to do that is to actually plant lots of really beautiful, wonderful seeds in the garden, and let those blossom. And in time, the kind of like rotten seeds will just be overpowered by the blossoming, beautiful garden that now is like fully thriving, and becomes the reality that one experiences within and without. So with that, I will share a few statements, and I invite you to welcome them in. And again, you are the boss of you. You are your ultimate authority. You are the one that gets to decide what you allow into your mind and what you don't want in your mind. And so you get to choose what feels true for you. What would you like to experience as the truth of you? What would you like to experience? And can these words support you? And ultimately, you get to choose. So just, receive what feels good for you, discard what doesn't. You are in control, and you're the one that gets to decide what you allow in and what you keep out. You are the ultimate authority of you and your life. Nothing and no one outside of you has the answers for you, and nothing and no one outside of you can dictate what is good and right for you. These are choices that we make for ourselves internally, in alignment with our own purpose and passions in life. We are the ones that are guided from within. Our soul is really the boss here and guiding the pathway, our heart and our soul. And then the mind gets to catch up to that later. And so we're just working at the level of the mind because this is where we're most conditioned. The heart and the soul are untouched by life. The heart and the soul are untouched by the opinions of others. Yes, we might have, our heart might get bruised or hurt. Our heart might hurt from others, but our soul is intact, always whole and perfect, complete, divine, untouched by life, untouched by conditioning. The heart is also untouched by conditioning. And so there's a purity in the heart, there's a purity in the soul. The mind is brilliant and beautiful, and it is the one that really takes the brunt of societal conditioning, parental conditioning, childhood experiences. So much is there in the mind. And so as the gardeners of our own inner garden at the mind level, this is where we can be very intentional about what seeds we plant and what weeds we pluck out. And so that's the purpose and the intention of these statements, is to really tend to the mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, by planting beautiful, loving, supportive, and generative seeds of love, of goodness, of hope, of kindness, of possibility, and allow those to blossom while the weeds just get outnumbered. And then our life and we become all that we're destined to be in time and with practice. All of this is possible. And this I know to be true because this has been my journey. And so I share it with you as a gift. I hope you enjoy.